moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance to take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not with
Menu
it.
narration option is set to off.
My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. It's my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Broncos and the Texans, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis on hand here. CD, you look at the Texans in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Time for our first look at the Denver offense. And, of course, the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Cortland Sutton has shown plenty of times that he's a big-time player, capable of making the plays that you need to be a wide receiver one in this league. Now his goal is to return to his 2019 Pro Bowl form. 776 yards in 2021. He picks up a first down there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Here's Wilson. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds and the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm touchdown!
Marlon Mack, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Okay, this is almost football 101. What is a draw trying to accomplish? Using the aggressiveness of the defensive line against itself when they're getting back to the backfield, you pass them by handing the ball to a runner. In this case, that didn't work at all because the defensive line was there so quickly, there was no chance to fool them.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Mills on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams.
Pardon me, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Mack. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, it'll be Mack. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marlon Mack, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they told them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Stop made by Marlon Davidson. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action now. Mills gets the dump off to Pierce. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that loss week at the hands of Seattle. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now it's Mack, draw play. Able to avoid him at the 40 as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They go right back to Mack. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And a tackle going to be made at the 38. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for this with Mack. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Texans defense stands tall. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Baron Browning, the one who brought him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Walker now at 1st and 10. Down to about the 37. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A first down throw for Mills. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mills now. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Brought down that time by Christian Kirks. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando here. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd and 7, Mills. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now to Mechie on the jet sweep. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd and 9, Mills to Pierce. They set up the screen. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mills. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Corner blitz got home there. Pat Surtain, the one that dropped it. Well, just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. This a give to Mack, running to the right. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play, as we played 3 quarters. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the 1st time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 12-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Alex Singleton, a former Canadian League star, in on the stop.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting.
They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coach